The balance function in your machine is pictured in the information area, and it looks like a pair of scales. What we find is that when you have a stitch that stitches forward and back to create the actual pattern, you sometimes run into fabrics that do not allow the feed dogs to feed backwards as even as they feed forward, and so your pattern doesn't always work out. Same thing for buttonholes. You'll actually also have balance as an option in your buttonhole where you can actually change, because sometimes they kind of shift and don't look as perfect, especially with the keyhole buttonholes. So if they look a little funky down here at the bottom, you can go in and adjust them. So here's what it's going to look like. We're going to just go ahead, and I'm picking the stitch number 8, the honeycomb stitch. We use this a lot when we test machines out in our service department, because when that stitching goes forward and back, we can look and see that the needle goes into the exact hole that it's supposed to be at. I'm going to even make it extra wide and maybe even a little bit longer and see how it's going to look. So since I'm probably not needing any extra help with the balance of my stitch along my fabric, you can see that the stitches go back into the exact same hole. Now I have my variegated thread on, and I'm getting a little white thread pulling up to the top because we just did the tension video. Let me go ahead and reduce that down so it actually looks a little bit better. But when we go into the balance, what we can actually do is, if there is a problem on your fabric, you take the problem that it looks like and change the picture on your screen to match your fabric. So if I'm having it where it's like a little spread out and it's not coming all the way back, and fabrics that could do that for you would be like fleece, corduroy, fabrics with a pile or a nap to them, even toweling type fabric. The loops on towels sometimes don't let stitches form as evenly as they should. So by matching this to your issue, the machine will adjust the balance to fix the problem. So you don't have to do anything extra. Just go ahead and stitch, and you'll notice your stitch will squish together and fix it. Let's see what we got going on here. You also can, and I adjusted the tension, so now we're really getting it back into position here. We also can take and manipulate stitches to look totally different. So even though I don't have a problem with this stitch, I can actually make it to change differently. So I'm going to go ahead and crank this up. Let's go ahead and see. That one's going to stretch it out, because remember, it's actually going to do opposite than what your actual picture is going to show. So if we turn it to a minus sign, let's do like minus 15. It's actually going to take, because that's the problem, it's going to squish the stitches together. So I'm actually getting an overlap to what I'm working on. And with just a change of a balance, we have a stitch that doesn't look like what we started with. And I will tell you, there are some fun stitches, and you just have to play around with them. Some of your decorative stitches, let's just see what we get. We're going to pick, how about 309, and let's go ahead, and you can kind of see it kind of looks like a fish net there, and let's go ahead and balance it way out of whack. And let's see, actually it's going to push it really close together. I'll probably get a, nope, too much. Okay, so we'll just go the other way. Let's go stretch it out. So you can actually play with all your stitches, play with all the different levels of balance, and sometimes come up with some very unique looking designs. So with all your stitches in the, oh my goodness, I have not done that before, but I'm going to have to write that down. Look what I got. So in the stitch that was 309, I balanced it out to 13 in the positive direction. I almost have like little flowers going along because it stretched it out in such a way. I wanted to tell you, have fun with your decorative stitches, and if you're playing around with them, make sure you do a little balance up and a balance back. Now when I did it too close together, it just kind of started to pile up. It was actually piled up so much it started stitching in reverse because it was doing bigger stitches backwards than it was actually going forward. So you can definitely play around, and some are going to look good, some are probably not going to look good, but I guarantee you'll have fun.